Oh my goodness, my friends, I just realized I was not recording. So I'm gonna back it up. Let me put these things to the side. Hi guys, so today we'll be working on some of Spellbinders' new club kits for April of 2023. We have the Friendship Garden Clear stamp set, and it is a photopolymer stamp set, and as you know, you can pick up just the stamp set. You can do the stamp and the dies. And you can also pick it up in some of the value club kits. And then over here I have the Glimmer plate. I think it's called Leaf Panel. It might have a different, excuse me, that popped out of my hand. I don't want it to be too loud for you guys. So anyhow, so it makes this beautiful leaf panel geared toward an A2 size, but of course you can pattern it out however you like on your paper. Comes with some sentiments and then a die. So after you're done, you know, foiling, you can definitely cut some of the pieces out, and that's really fun to always have like some foiled sprigs. And then it comes with a blush foil. Now that is what it says. I believe that it'll come with a blush, but it does say colors may vary, but generally you'll be getting blush. And of course, if you pick this up later, like when it comes out later, not as part of the club kit, it does not come with a foil. So that's just one of the perks of being in the club. You get the foil. And then there's a separate purchase. It's a stencil, and the stencil will help you color in your leaves if you would like. So it's a whole background and then like a little accent piece, which is really nice. So we're going to use that today. Yeah, so went pretty, you know, I did my whole intro and I was starting to foil and I realized my camera was not showing me anything. So I'm so sorry about that, but these items were sent free of charge from my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So thanks for using those when you can. Today I think what I'm going to do is the panel. We'll do some, obviously, foiling of the panel, and then we will do the stenciling, and then I'll add my sentiment with some of the sentiments that are on here. I really love this little bar, like the whole label. It has a stamp, and then you have "You're a wonderful friend, thanks for just being you, hello you, happy birthday to you." Of course, the stamp set has this gorgeous, very nice size focal point for a card. Generally with this kind of thing, I'll stamp it, maybe I'll heat emboss it, and then I'll just use some like water-based markers to lay them down and pick up the color with a water brush and color them in. It looks really lovely. Of course, you can do, you know, your alcohol coloring, all that kinds of stuff, but I really love the watercolor look with something like this. So anyhow, so we're going to put that to the side for a moment. I will come back and stamp our sentiment, and I love the sentiments on there. Very simple, and I feel like with the simple foiled background, I love how that's going to look together. The sentiments that come here are "Have an unbelievable day" and "Celebrate the little things." Really lovely. So I'm going to put these to the side for now. I don't believe I'm going to cut sprigs today. We're just going to focus on the foiling, the stenciling, and then our other portion there. So I do get samples. Of course, mine just look like this. I did do a whole unboxing. I'll link that video in the description box if you want to hear a little bit more about the different items. But for now, we're going to get started again. I already had this ready to go and had a pullback. So I'm grabbing an A2 size card base. This is just from the Quick and Easy card kit. 8.5 by 5.5 is scored to 4 1/4 if you're making your own. I just trimmed this piece of paper down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and that's just going to sit right there. I had mentioned how it's funny that these are both white, but all white papers are not made the same, right? When you're foiling, you want to use your smoothest paper. It just works out best. So a nice smooth paper. I like heavier weight papers, but you can experiment with that if you need like a shim, just in case. It's just gonna be something you're gonna have to experiment with. I did trim this piece down, so this is the foil, and I like to build up my foil on my panels or on my paper, and then I put it onto my Glimmer. And I should probably have the Glimmer heating up right now, but what I do if I'm going to do it like this, I have my paper panel, I have this guy. If you don't want to trim down your paper panel till you're all done, that's always good too. The colors should be facing you if you're going to bring this panel and lay it on top. So I'm going to put it this way. I don't know if it's supposed to nest twice or nest this way and then the next one the other way or however, so I'm just going to start off and kind of eyeballing where that is. Let me see if that's there. Maybe I'll bring it down just a little bit. Something like there. And I just cleared it. So whenever you're foiling, you just want your foil to just clear the plates. That way you don't have a huge chance of overfoiling or anything like that. So I put a little tape, and you can do the hinge method. I just basically tape it down. That's good. So I'm going to bring over the Glimmer and turn it on and get it going, and I'll be right back. My Glimmer here, and with the Glimmer, all you do is just turn it on in the back there. Sorry, I have my machine. And these lights will come on, and when it's ready, it will tell you the platform is ready. So I won't do anything until that point as far as putting this on here. If you are building up on your platform. Like I have mine ready to go, and I'm going to pop this down, and always, always, always the plate needs to touch the heating element. Many times I've done it like this, and then I'm like, it's not working, what happened? And I realize, oh, the plate's up here, and it will tell you it's ready, but it's not really ready. What's going to happen is it's going to push into the rubber mat. It just does not look great. So, you know, and it takes longer to heat up too, because it's putting the heat through everything to finally get here. Anyway, you're going to put your plate down first if you're going to do your foiling here. Then you're going to put your foil with the silver side, right, the wrong side facing you, and then you put your paper down. So that's another way to do it. I was just like building it off to the side, and then I bring it over. So once this is ready, the platform ready light is on, I'll bring it over, and we will foil. My light came on. And as you know, I like to put my plates, so again, plate touching the surface, kind of towards the middle. And I like to put these plates on top of it right now. Some people care to not do that, whatever you like. So I just have the like polycarbonate, I guess, whatever plate that is, and then the clear one on top. And I light them together, and I press timer. And when the timer stops blinking, that means it's time to run it through. So, you know, it could take a little bit less time, takes a little more time. This is a larger plate. It might take a little bit, you know, closer to a minute or whatever, as opposed to 30 or 45 seconds or whatever the timing is, right? So I'll be right back. So timer is solid. And then pull this out, and I'll run it through. And a lot of times I'll run it through in the, you know, forward, and then I kind of run it back. So you can hear that toastiness, like it just goes, and like I said, I'll run it back. If your plates shift when you're running it through, do not run it back, because that means it kind of shifted, and you don't want to do that. Oh, it came right off. Okay, well, I was going to bring this up, and it revealed itself to be lovely and perfect. Okay, and then again, I store these with a whole bunch of other foils from before, and if you have any kind of full plate from Spellbinders, you can put it on here and it'll push that image through onto your paper, or you can just shim it with a whole bunch of paper so that this will just be on your paper and it's just like the negative basically. So I'm gonna put that to the side. What I want to see, let me get this guy. I know this is gonna be hot, so I don't really want to mess with it too much right now, but again, I don't know what the design is super like. Hold on. Oh, cooled off already. It's a chilly day, so that doesn't surprise me at all. Let's see. I had it like this. Nope, I had it like that. Okay. I'm trying to see. I had it like this. So again, you can pop this in here again like that to repeat, or, you know, in an opposite repeat. It's up to you, whatever design you think would be pretty. Two little leaves right with each other, or should we go with this? You know, I'm going to put that strip probably in the center anyhow, my sentiment strip, so maybe we'll pop this one right here. So again, I'll just put down my foil, which I already have cut, and I'll put my plate over top, tape them down. Now when I tape it this time, I'm not going to tape it in a way that obstructs anything. I'm not going to put tape up over here because we want that to look really nice. So let me move this over a little bit. Something like that, and I'll just put tape like here. And honestly, with this one, I'll probably just, that's all I'll put. So I'll put that down, I'm gonna press timer, put my plates on, and run it through when it's ready, and I'll be back. And I did forward and back, and if you're gonna keep going, you know, pop it back in. I'm just gonna turn it off for now. Tell you, this one wants to reveal itself. I mean, just gorgeous. Again, super perfect. I've only tried out 2 Glimmer machines, this one and one other, and this one is consistently so good. I mean, I no guessing. It tells you, it lights, you know, the light goes off. Now I will admit, when I see the light go off, I still leave it like another 5 seconds. Okay, that's how I do it, and then I run it through. But I mean, that's just perfect. Okay, I'm gonna clean up and I'll be right back. So, stenciling. I grabbed a yellow and a green brush, or ones I use for yellow and green, and I'm going to use these yellow and green colors. Although if your citrus fruit has yellow leaves, that's not a good sign, but we'll just pretend they're just leaves changing color. I think I'll go with the yellow first, and I think it goes this way. I was kind of worried. I'm like, oh, what about the edges of the paper? I don't want to get ink on it, but hello, this is a nice big piece. Now again, you can start off with a bigger piece of paper. It has registration marks, so you know where to color and all that. So if you want to do that and then trim it down, definitely can do that. Okay, I'll go ahead and put some tape. I wasn't gonna tape it, but you know what? I'll tape in those areas, especially where like that little bit is there. I'm just grabbing scraps of tape that are on my table. Maybe that one. And this one, just to cover that. And I'm gonna start with yellow, because that's the larger amount, and then I'll come in with green afterward. And I want it to be really soft, but you know, of course, whatever you want for your project. I love having the stencil for this. This is really fun. Okay, when I get here, I'm going to be very careful. Actually, I'm going to put my finger there. And then obviously you don't want to get into this area. So just really organic, so they're all slightly different. And I suppose since I have the yellow out right now, I can just turn this... Oh, no, actually, I just bring it down. I don't remember what I did with my design, so I'll just bring that down. And... No, I'm not really taping that down too hard because, again, I don't want to pick up my foiling, but it is taped. Pretty. And again, super organic. Some are brighter yellows, some are more filled in, some are a little bit less colored in. I love this so much. I hope Spellbinders does this more. I love having the stencil. Okay, and then on this one, I'm just lining it up. Super easy to line up. I mean, wow. I'm gonna, again, kind of put some tape here that also covers that little area. And the other piece over here. I did pick up a little bit of foil, so I saw it on here, so just be careful when you're taping. I'm gonna come in with the green. That's why I did yellow first, because it's a lighter color. I guess you could do either one, it doesn't matter. But if you did green and then yellow on top, obviously it's not going to show up. But there we go. Just kind of putting my fingers here in the way. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Okay, look at that. Quick and pretty, and then again the same thing down here. So I'll just bring this down. Super easy to find, you know, where to place it. And then I'll just do that side too, same thing. And I'll be back. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wash off my stencil, but look how pretty and quick and just done. Lovely. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So as I'm working with this, you know, I was just going to place this on here, but what if we trim it down a little bit more and pop a little green behind it? I think that'll be really fun and super bright. So this I'm going to cut down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And this one I'm just going to trim literally a 1/16 off each edge, so it'll be 4 by 5 1/4. And I'll be right back. My card back. And again, if you want these precision cut, you can definitely use precision dies. They look really lovely because when you push in on the edges, you know, when it cuts, it just looks really nice. Let's get this guy on here. I left out some of my inks because what I think I'm going to do is stamp this outer portion with green ink and then just do my sentiment in black ink. So I left out the green ink. I'm just going to pop this guy down. And again, you know, I like things to be really flat, so what I'm going to do is put this on here, and then I'm going to place one of my die cutting machines over top, which is just something I like to do. So I'll put this on here. That card base is a little bit wonky for some reason, but that's okay. So I'm going to pop this on here and then put the nice clean side of my plate on here and put my machine on top. Okay, and I'll leave it there for just a few minutes and I'll be back. Let's get this off of here. And again, nice and flat. So, you know, I mean, you can orient it this way too if you want things going however, whatever works for you. So I'm going to take this, and I already have a piece of white paper on this here. Actually, let's do the lettering first. And thanks for just being you. I think something sweet like that definitely fits in there. And I'm just going to stamp that here. And I'm just going to stamp it, of course, if you want to use, like, you know, embossing powder and all these fun things, that would be great. Heat set it and all that. So this is a photopolymer stamp. It does have a kind of like a sticky dispersion layer. Some people like to wipe it off with like alcohol. You can wipe it on like the ink pad like I just did, you can just take the stickiness off it by stamping it a few times before you go. But I mean, whenever it's a sentiment, I mean, it just works, or a thin line works really well. And then this guy, I'm just looking at the edges just to see about how straight or steady I would like that to be there. Maybe just a little bit up. That looks good to me. Pick that guy up. And I'm just going to line it with the green just to bring some of that green back. I might have to do it a couple times. It's a very light green. Aw. One more time, brighten that up. There we go. And now I'm just going to take that with the coordinating die. Oh. And just put a little tape and run that through my die cutting machine, okay? And I'll be back. Okay guys, so we have our sentiment here. Cute. And actually before I take these, I'm just putting some dimensionals on here. Card opens here. I think I'm just gonna pop it, like I said, right in the center. Again, I mean, if you want to put it like this orientation, that looks lovely too. However you like. And, oh, I do want to mention, if you were to cut these guys, let me show you before. I'm going to find the set that goes with, because as you can see, it's a little bit, let's see, the one with the double leaf. Where's the double leaf? I see it here. Oh, there you go. So it actually runs up, which is actually good to know, because if you don't want to do this whole other part to foil, you have this piece here. And it cuts this guy, and this guy. It goes this way. Remember, our foil plate was oriented this way, and this guy runs up and down the right side, or however. Very good. So there it is, and you have those ready to go. All right, let's pop this on here. Before I squish it down, just have a good idea of where we're at. There it is. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Thank you so much, Spellbinders, for sending these items for review. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.